Hi everyone, and welcome to our first YouTube video. For those of you who don't know, I'm Roxana.
I'm Jonathan.
And together we are the Blended Gap. You may have seen us on TikTok under Johnny Rocks. We're having a lot of fun on TikTok. So if you don't already follow us there, make sure to after watching this video. So today we decided we would do the couples tag, and we're going to ask each other a few questions and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how well we know each other. So the first question is, where and when did we meet?
So we met at a holiday party that was put on by the apartment complex that we lived in. And I had just moved in, and Roxana lived in the same complex.
Yeah, I had been living there for about a year.
Yeah.
When Jonathan just got there.
Yeah. So we both were persuaded to go to this this holiday party. She was persuaded by her mom, and I was persuaded by the association people, the sales office, and it was literally, I believe it was my first week there.
Yeah. My
first week there, and we were both actually leaving the party, and we sort of converged at the exit while I was talking to some other gentlemen that I was talking to, and then Roxana walked out, and then that's when it all started.
Yeah, I was on my way out because I'm very antisocial, and I had no one to talk to at the party. I didn't know anyone, even though I had been living there for a year, so that says a little bit about me. But I was just feeling really awkward and shy, so I called my mom, of course, and I tell her that, I'm just gonna leave the party, no one's talking to me, this is kind of boring. So I was on my way out, and then I saw Jonathan and this other guy that he was talking to, and I thought they looked approachable. So I went over, I introduced myself, I asked Jonathan how long has he been living in the building, you know, the stereotypical question that you ask a neighbor. And then ever since then, we've been together, glued at each other's hips, basically.
Yeah, that's how it all started. That was in Pasadena, California.
Yeah, and almost 3 years ago this December. So the second question is, where was our first date?
Actually,
let's see if he remembers this one.
Well, it depends on what you consider the first date. I would have said the first date was actually that night, because we left where the holiday party was. She's gonna probably get on me for this one, but we left where the holiday party was, and we met at this restaurant that was also part of the complex, and it's like a wine bar. They have food and things like that. So that's where we went. So Roxana and I and the guy that I was talking to, when we met, we all went over there together, and we sat down and we just talked and laughed all night. And I kept bugging her to go out with me.
Yeah, he kept saying, I'm gonna take you out, I'm gonna take you out, I'm gonna take you out. I was like, look, I get it, you're head over heels, okay? But I don't consider that our first date because someone else was there, so.
Well, that's true.
That doesn't count.
So what was the first date?
Are you gonna try to guess?
I can't remember. I'm an old man.
Oh, come on, you know.
Come on.
Well, for starters, I've been vegetarian my entire life, and Jonathan still doesn't really know the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan. So he asked me like where I want to go, if I have any dietary restrictions and all of that. And I said, oh, I'm vegetarian, but I would love to go anywhere. I'm not picky at all. So then Jonathan decided to bring me to
it was a vegetarian or vegan?
Vegan.
Vegan.
He still doesn't know.
It was a vegan restaurant in Beverly Hills, and I forget the name of it.
Cafe Gratitude.
Cafe Gratitude.
Yeah, because again, Jonathan didn't understand the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan.
But I was trying to be accommodating.
Yes, so that was sweet. Yeah. And the food was actually really good. And the conversation was amazing. It was very fluid, very natural. We talked about anything and everything. And then after eating at Cafe Gratitude, we stopped by Mastro's to have a drink. Also the Mastro's in Beverly Hills. And we ran into one of your friends there. So
right.
That was a lot of fun. And that was our first date. The third question is, and interesting enough, our first date actually happened, did it happen before or after I went back home and you went to France? It happened before. Never mind, yeah, we'll get to that later. So the third question is, what was your first impression of me? I can both answer.
My first impression of Roxana was very simple. I could tell she was very smart. I mean, that's one thing I think anybody who knows her is going to pick up on that right away. So that's number one. Number two, she was definitely way above her age. I think, most people refer to it as like an old soul. She was definitely an old soul. And, but she also had this shy factor about her. But the one thing that was really attractive to me about her was how smart she was and how able she was to have a conversation it sort of transcended what you'd expect from somebody of her age. So it was really different. And I knew she was young, but I didn't know how young she was. I didn't know how much younger than me she was.
Yeah, we were both kind of taken aback by that when we found out each other's ages accidentally that night.
Yeah, so people have a lot of, questions about our age difference or whatever. But the thing is, when you meet somebody in a particular setting, you're not planning all these things out. They just unfold. So that's kind of like, that was my first impression.
Mm-hmm. And we both really had the same first impression because when I started talking to Jonathan and I told him that I'm getting my doctorate in clinical psychology, he told me how he previously developed a video game for kids with cancer. So just being able to connect with Jonathan on an intellectual level was really impressive and important to me. So I thought he was very intelligent and I thought he had an amazing smile. So he was very charming and smart.
She didn't know me very well.
Boy, was I wrong. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, the fourth question is, when did you meet my family?
I don't know how long it was. I don't remember how long it was.
It was a while after.
Yeah, it was sometime after because there were definitely
a lot of drama
around our being together, coming from her side, her family side of things, and I guess it wasn't going to be a surprise to me at all. I think if anything, she was probably more surprised at some of the things that took place more so than I was.
Right, how negative the reaction was.
Right. It wasn't a very easy adjustment for her family, and there's probably still some lingering aspects of that. But at the end of the day, all you can do is push through it. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't want somebody or anybody viewing our relationship as anything other than a relationship, in spite of the differences. But because the differences aren't always the reasons. The physical differences aren't always the reasons why our relationship doesn't survive. So.
Right. Actually, you met my cousin and her boyfriend at the time pretty early on.
Yeah.
That was my first family member that you met.
Yeah. Her first family, the first family member of hers that I met, she was actually a pretty cool girl, and we met and had a good time.
Yeah, we went to a nice rooftop.
Yeah.
Best view of LA, so we had a good time.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, the first family member I met of yours, probably your daughters.
Maybe.
Right?
Probably. Yeah, it had to be.
I met his daughters.
Yeah.
That was probably, I don't know, it was more than 6 months into the relationship because I was really nervous about it and I wanted to hold off on meeting his daughters until I knew that it was serious. So, and I can't tell you how long ago that was. All right, the fifth question is, who said I love you first?
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Definitely him. Yeah, I would never tell him I love you first. So.
Nor should she be expected to.
Yeah.
I don't think anyway.
The sixth question is, what dressing do I always wear? So I don't know what they mean by that.
What dress?
Well, they said what dressing, so.
Dressing?
Yeah, maybe they meant dress or, like.
I'm not really sure about that question. Dressing?
Okay, what's a shirt or a piece of clothing that I always wear?
I don't understand the question, but I do know this. She's very bougie. And she likes, I guess both of us like fashion to a large degree. I think it's fun. But so how we sort of blend our styles together, and it's always fun and exciting when we go out and shop for things, whatever like that. But she's like a lot of girls. A lot of women like fancy things, nice bags, and shoes and whatnot. So,
But you do too.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
So we're not really sure about that question.
Right.
The next question is, what is a weird habit each one of us has?
Weird habit. I don't know. You have to go first on that one. I don't know.
I know this one. You always, whenever you order a drink, like let's say you order sparkling water, and they usually bring you like a slice of like a lemon wedge or a lime wedge with it, and Jonathan always takes it off his drink and puts it into my drink.
Because she likes lime.
Yeah,
so, you know,
I do.
she
Maybe
likes,
it's thoughtful.
she likes
Maybe
the
it's
lime.
more thoughtful than weird.
Yeah. No, she likes lime, so I always take mine out and throw it in hers because I don't like the lime in my drink, and I always forget to ask them to not bring me lime, so I just give them to her when I get them. I guess my frustrating is frustrating habit.
No, a weird habit.
A weird habit. I don't know. She doesn't really have a lot of weird habits that I can think of, but the one thing that's really hard to adjust to, and I hate to refer to it as a habit because it's more like her lifestyle, and that's the vegetarian lifestyle. I mean, that's
right. It's unusual to you.
That's a shock for me because I never had that experience with somebody. So,
or even I'll ask questions that to everyone else who grew up eating meat. It's such an obvious question, but me, since I never ate meat, it's new to me. It's interesting.
But it's an adjustment when you are in the kitchen and you're a culinary genius like myself.
Oh, please.
To be able to go in the kitchen and then not make fish to go along with whatever we're making. I mean, I could do it for myself too, but
yeah, but I also introduced Jonathan to Beyond Meat, to Impossible Meat, and you really like Beyond Meat.
Yeah,
now.
I'm trying some good healthy alternatives to meat wherever I can.
Yeah,
but
he actually makes an amazing chili with Beyond Meat. We just had it for 4th of July when the whole family was over, so that was good.
Yeah, so it's not a weird thing that she does. It's just that adjustment was kind of strange for me at first to get used to. Just making meals that don't have meat.
I agree. All right, next question is where am I? What do I often do in my free time?
Okay. You wanna go first?
You read a lot.
Yeah, I like to read. So when I get a free time, I like to read. I read a lot of.
But it's not even really like your free time; it's your focus time because that's a priority to you.
Right. Yeah, I like to read. I like to write things. I'm really heavily involved in theological things. So
I have to give a quick little plug. So you can find Jonathan on all social media platforms under the Bible Provocateur. So he has really great content out there.
Right.
Please check it out.
Yeah. So I like to read Bible related things and write sermons and things like that too. So that's what I like to do in my free time, whatever time I get.
Yeah.
And you?
Well, I answered for you, so you have to answer for me.
I have to answer for you.
Yeah, what do I do in my free time?
So
mine's going to be less.
Yeah. So here's what Roxana does in her free time is sleep.
Yeah, I like to sleep in, especially now since I'm done with the academic portion of my doctorate, so I'm really catching up on sleep these days.
Right. But
and
also,
I've always been like someone who works best at night, so I'll go to bed super late and then I'll sleep in late.
But she's antsy, so when she's awake, she wants to be gone. She wants to.
Yeah, I hate being at home.
She wants to go to the restaurant.
Be on the go.
Yeah, she wants to be at the restaurant, wants to be shopping or be at the cafe or just going somewhere. So she likes to be on the go, and I'm more like I like to be at home in chill mode.
You're more of a homebody than I am.
So we end up having to accommodate each other's interests that way.
Yeah, I also watch no. This is a better answer. I watch YouTube videos, particularly HRH Collection, who I love more than anything, and I introduced Jonathan to her, and we have a lot of fun. We always watch her new videos together. Yeah,
she has this person that she likes to watch on YouTube, and I think she's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's actually, but we, the discussions that we have as a result of what we see are really where our fun comes in. So it's a lot of fun to kind of watch it. These are types of things that I never did before. So much of what our relationship is about is capitalizing on experiences that each one of us brought to the table that the other one never had.
Right.
So this is
and
really,
that's why our relationship's so complimentary. I
yeah.
think. All right. Second question, or next rather. How long have we been together? Well, we already answered this one.
But
almost 3 years.
Yeah, December it'll be 3 years, and we've been together. So, and you know we're still together. So there's a lot of people rooting for us, and there's a lot that are not. We don't care. We just do what we do and enjoy each other, and take life as it comes.
Right. Oh, and if it's a little annoying that I keep looking down, I'm just reading the questions off my phone. All right, next question is, what was our first road trip? Let's see if you remember this one.
That would have had to have been coming from Sacramento, right?
No, think about that was our first major one, but think about a shorter road trip. It's tied into our first weekend away together.
Then would that have been Napa?
No, way before that.
Malibu?
Yes.
But that's not a road trip.
Oh, kind of is.
I mean, I'm from Southern California, so Malibu is.
I mean, there's traffic involved. It's a road trip. And it was our first weekend away.
Yeah, so yeah, we can, I guess we can classify that, but Malibu. But I was thinking somewhere further.
Like a real road trip.
Yeah, but we drove back from Sacramento when she was visiting her parents one time, and so that's about a 6-7 hour drive from Northern California down to back to Southern California. So.
But also, once we flew to Texas to pick up a car you bought, and then we drove it back from Texas.
That's true.
So the timeline is a little murky, but we've had a lot of fun road trips together.
Right. I like road trips, and I like getting in the car and driving. And one of the cool things about hanging with Roxanna is that she loves to do it too. So she's not one of those kind of people that needs 3 days notice to do anything and then takes 3 hours to get ready to go. So that's a really positive thing that I really enjoy about her.
All right, next question. First thing you noticed about me?
First thing I noticed, I think it goes back to what we talked about a little earlier, because she was a little bashful, a little shy. But you know, as time goes on, I think that when we got to know each other, she loosened up really quickly about that. But again, also her just her awareness about things and her things she was able to discuss and talk about. I mean, one of the first things that we did when we met were we exchanged books that we had read.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, so I gave her the 48 Laws of Power, and you gave.
Oh boy, I still haven't finished that one.
And she still hasn't finished it. She was supposed to.
I'm really bad at that. I need to go back.
And you gave me
The 40 Rules of Love, my favorite book ever.
The 40
Rules
of
Love.
Love.
It's about the poet Rumi.
Yeah. So, but she gave me that book to read, and it was, you know, it was engaging until it got to the very end, which I thought it just dropped off and just fell off in the weirdest way possible. But I did get to the book. I did my part. She didn't.
I know. You know what? Maybe after this video, I'll go back to reading it. All right. Next question is, what pisses you off? Maybe answer that about me, and I'll answer about you.
What pisses me off? Roxana can be really, when she's meticulous about things. Mm-hmm. And so, like, even for instance, just staging this video. I mean, you don't see this, but I get to see all of the preparation that she does to do something. And even when we had family here this past week, just all of the prep work that goes into making the home feel good to everybody else. So to me, I'm like, that's okay, leave it alone, it'll be all right. Not her. She gets really detailed and meticulous about how she wants it, where she wants it, and you know how. We had to buy the right number of pillows, we had to have the right number of blow-up mattresses, you know, and me, it'd be like, okay, just sleep on the floor with a sleeping bag and call it a day. But she's really meticulous in that regard. So it's really something I need to get acclimated to, I suppose.
Wait, you're saying that me being meticulous pisses you off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
but
sometimes I'm
you're
like,
supposed to answer like what pisses me off.
huh?
what pisses me off?
About me?
Yeah. Or just in general?
Nothing.
Sure. I don't know. These questions are confusing. I don't know if we're supposed to answer in general or about each other.
Who cares? As long as we answer the questions.
Okay. So then, with you, sometimes I feel, it doesn't piss me off, but sometimes it annoys me how much of a goofball you are. Like, I'll be trying to have a serious moment, or I'll need him to do something, and then he always has jokes, and I just get annoyed. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a clown, so that's
or a child, one or the other.
Well, she could take it to another level, but yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
For sure.
What am I not good at?
What, do you want me to answer that for me or you?
For me.
What are you not good at? I think that, so, there are certain things that come to her very, very easily, like her academics. She's amazing. But I know that we were like, she wants to get in shape and get more fit and tone, and like most women do, like most guys do, for that matter. But what's difficult for her to do is to really get disciplined, and to stay on task when it comes to
or
physical
like routine
fitness
or anything like that. Yeah, I was gonna say working out for myself.
Yeah,
so that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
What are you not good at? Proofreading.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm a horrible proofreader. I can write a whole letter or a whole, term sheet or whatever, but I always read in the words that I didn't actually write down.
Yeah, he fills them in his head. Yeah.
But one of the things that Roxana is very good at is proofreading everything. So she's really detailed and helps me out in that regard, because now I can, write things and not have to worry about editing them. She can do it for me and then, make it sound the way I intended it.
Yeah, I mean, he's already asked me to be his editor on his book.
Yeah.
So we shall see. All right, next question. What am I good at? Some positivity. Okay. I can go first.
Go ahead.
Jonathan is really good at...
Wow, that's a long pause. Just think about that one. Wow.
No, I'm trying to think about how I want to word it. Jonathan is really good at winning people over. He's very charming, he's very charismatic, and he makes everyone feel important and seen. So you're very good at winning people over, which is good not only in business, but in your personal life.
Wow.
Yeah, Jonathan's usually the center of attention wherever we go.
Roxana is good at, she's very thorough about things. When she wants to get something done, she has a specific, this goes a lot, it goes into what I was talking about a little earlier. She's so meticulous about things, she's thorough. Whatever it is she wants to do, she has it in her mind what the process is and what it needs to be, and she does it. And but here's something else she's really good at too. She's really good at spending money. She's really good.
That's true though. My parents would agree with that one, and I would agree. Yeah.
She loves to spend money. But so that's one thing, and I think there's a lot of people like that. But there's a lot of good things about Roxana that I just really love. But another thing that I really that I think she's really good at is spontaneity. She can go in a second, and for me, I love that. I mean, if I told her, hey, let's get ready to just pack a quick bag, we're gonna go drive up north, and it's gonna be 2 days or whatever, she can go and be ready in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, sounds like a lot.
And I love that about her. Very few people can do that.
Yeah, that's how I grew up. My family's also very spontaneous. All right, next question. Favorite feature about each other?
I just described my favorite feature. I mean, that is one of my...
What about physical?
Oh, a physical feature?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mine is his smile.
I think
But he also has really pretty eyes.
I think that Roxana has these really kind of sleepy, dreamy eyes, and I've always told her that I like that about her. And
yeah, he calls them my bedroom eyes.
Yeah, like bedroom eyes. They have I don't know if you can see them as the way I see them.
Maybe I'm just tired all the time.
No, it's not that at all. I think it's probably because you get so much sleep. They have this. I don't know.
Oh, please.
But she has beautiful eyes,
Oh.
especially up close.
Thank you.
Oh,
All right.
and nice teeth.
Yeah, well, my parents paid enough money for them, so. Yeah, I had braces as a kid. I even had to wear a headgear, which was really sexy.
I gotta see some.
If you can picture that.
I want to see some pictures of that.
Yeah, but that didn't last long because I didn't wear it. So, all right, next question is, what do we argue about the most?
I would say, what do we argue about the most? I think that sometimes, if Roxana expects something from me to do something or whatever, I think that she, consistent with her personality, she wants it now in a certain way.
Yeah, done according to my own timeline.
Right, and my timeline and hers are always off. So I'm like, I'll get to it, or I'm like, I'll tell her I'm going to do it.
Right.
But in her mind, it's sort of like now, and I'm like, I told you I'll get to it.
Yeah.
And she's like, when? And I said, well, now. But her now and my now is different. So this is where
very different.
This is where communication comes in. But I think that she's pushy. She bullies me sometimes. And
I wouldn't say bully. I would say encourage. And then also probably I sometimes get on you about your past. Like even about things that I wasn't even born for, which something I have to work on. But
yeah, that's a big one too.
But mostly just like bicker. These aren't really, typically they're not big arguments. Okay, do I have any weird obsessions? I know my answer, so I hope you can say it.
You mean your weird obsessions?
Yes.
No, I don't.
It's so obvious. Do you want me to answer?
Yes.
I love writing lists. I'm obsessed with writing and making lists about everything I have to do and my life goals, my plans,
I have never known anybody who likes to write a top 10 about everything. It is bizarre. It's like she could sit down in a notebook and just write lists over who knows what. But for some reason, it's therapeutic for her.
Yeah,
so
I really love it.
It's really cool.
If I have, that's probably also something I do in my free time. Write a lot of lists.
Like she gets all happy. She buys these nice little journal type calendar books that you buy at these stationery stores, and then she gets these pens and these highlighters. I'm thinking something serious is about to go down academically.
Right, like working on my dissertation, which I haven't done in a while.
Yeah. No, she's making lists.
What do I need to carry in my purse?
Yeah.
Who's gonna come over?
Constantly.
And even now, for example, we're going to Ibiza, Spain soon, which we'll definitely post a lot of fun content from. But right now, I'm actually working on a list of what do I need to bring to Spain. So
she even goes nuts over things like coasters. I mean, she has to have certain kinds of coasters.
I love my Jonathan Adler coasters.
And
so good.
And teacups and all this kind of stuff. But she likes to make a list of all these things before she goes and does her thing.
Yeah, I find it calming. And then weird obsession.
I got a weird obsession. Can I talk about it? I mean, it's like
well, cars, but that's not weird. But that's
weird.
An obsession for him. Cars.
Yeah, I'm
watching car videos. He'll watch, the same, like he'll be interested in a car, and then he'll constantly watch videos about it. People reviewing it, people talking about it, and then any other weird obsessions. You like watching videos of like animals.
I love watching goofy animal videos, like when
He laughs so hard at them, and I'm like, okay.
Cats, dogs, and monkeys.
Yeah.
And not in the same category, but also little babies. Little crazy things that animals do. But another weird thing I like to do, which is probably not really weird, but like I get up in the morning and I have this habit of going outside and just taking the pool net and skimming the pool. I don't know why I find that relaxing.
Or with the leaf blower.
Yeah, but I really get around the pool, so I'll net the pool and clean up the top of the pool, and then I'll use a blower to blow all the leaves and everything away so that the pool is all pristine and ready to dip into.
Gotta have that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, so thank you. All right, nicknames for each other. I we have the stereotypical ones of like baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, you know, we don't really have a lot of nicknames. I was never really into that anyway.
Yeah, I don't like pet names really.
I was never really into the pet names. You can have like, you know, like I may call her Rox every now and then, or Roxy or something like that every now and then. But generally speaking, I'm always calling her by her full name. And her and vice versa. Yeah.
Yep. What is my favorite restaurant? You'll say Taco Bell.
Well,
I mean,
we wouldn't be saying it. That's what it is.
Okay.
Her favorite restaurant is definitely Taco Bell.
Fast food restaurant. Okay, and it's my dream to go to their Canderia. Jonathan hasn't taken me yet, but that's my dream to go to their Canderia. I love Taco Bell. It reminds me of my childhood.
I don't know. I mean, Taco Bell. What is it called? A Canderia?
Yeah.
So I guess what this is, for those of you who may not know, because I've never heard of it before, but I guess this is a Taco Bell where they serve
like a high-end Taco Bell.
A high-end Taco Bell. Okay, so so I guess they serve wine or wine and beer or
I
what?
think all alcohol. I think they have margaritas.
Can you imagine a Taco Bell with alcohol? No, I can't see that really.
Okay, but what about like a nice like restaurant?
Well, what is your favorite restaurant?
Why don't you guess? Well, so I don't really have any favorite restaurants in Florida yet.
You just like restaurants.
Yeah, I just
So
like
do
the
I.
experience.
Yeah. So do I, but I can't. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, because coming from Los Angeles, where we both come, we've been here a year in Florida, so there's a lot
really
of places.
Spoiled with food there.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good places in LA to go to eat, but I suppose there are restaurants everywhere that we could say are our favorite in that particular part of town. But I don't think there's been a favorite restaurant that stands out that I think of.
Yeah.
But out here, I would say the one that we most frequent is a Mexican restaurant called El Camino.
Oh, so good.
So
yeah, that sounds good right
Yeah.
now, actually. Yeah.
See, now we're thinking about maybe going there after this. But El Camino Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. All right, and last but not least, the last question is complete this sentence. You're my...
My last.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
No, that's what I want to say. I mean, it's right. You know, when Roxanne and I met, I mean, I had this whole plan that I was gonna, you know, live the second half of my life as a bachelor on the beach and all that kind of thing. And I met her, and she foiled my entire plan. Mm-hmm. But I welcomed it. So when I say my last, I mean she's it for me, and I really do mean that.
I thought you were going to say you're my human, like you always tell me.
Yeah, well, you are, but that's what I mean.
And I'm going to answer it, you're my beginning.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Well, that's a good one, I think.
Well, I don't mean it in that sense. I mean, like, Jonathan and I were talking about this the other day, that pretty soon I'll have spent, well, you know, down the line in our relationship as it evolves, I will have spent more time with Jonathan and being together with Jonathan than with my own parents. And I think that's such a beautiful thing, because my parents personally have been married almost 25 years, and the majority of my mom's life has been spent with my dad. I think that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
So you're the beginning to the rest of my life.
Oh,
yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, and just to my adventures and, you know, all the great memories we're gonna make, coming up with Ibiza soon and everything.
Those memories that we're already making. We've been to Italy together. To
Greece.
To Greece, went to Mykonos, and we've been there together. And we got Spain coming up here in a week or so.
Mm-hmm. And lots of places all over the U.S.
Right. I mean, I can't imagine how many places we might have gone already had it not been for COVID. But we did draw real close together as a result of COVID. I'm sure a lot of you probably had the same type of experience. COVID was the quarantine was a relationship making situation, or was a relationship breaking situation.
Yeah. It truly either made or broke a relationship.
But ours, I think it sort of excelled our relationship in terms of substance. Then it would have been by now at the same time had there not been the quarantine.
Right.
So
I agree. So this is just the start. It's just the start of our YouTube channel. So welcome everyone. If you don't already follow us on TikTok, you can find us under Johnny Rocks with no H, just JONNYROXX. So please keep an eye out for our future videos. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this with all your friends.
It's gonna get goofy.
It's gonna get wild. All right, bye everyone.